Start.
Hi everybody, I'm sitting here with going to be, I know, dear friend, and I admire her so much, with Catherine Harrison, and I'm Melody Goodspeed, and here's Daisy, my guide dog, who's really excited to be here too. She was just talking. But Catherine, we've met through, Bold Blind Beauty, and I just got to watch an amazing photo shoot with Alexa Yanovanich, and I want to talk to you about your life and where you came from, where you're going, and just you as a person.
This is great. Thanks so much. I enjoy modeling. I enjoy empowering people with my story and where this is taking me. I started modeling actually when I was in nursing school back, when I was in college. And then once I graduated from nursing school and could make more money doing that, I kind of gave up modeling and was an operating room nurse for many years.
Oh, wow.
Lived overseas as a missionary in Africa, and then moved back to America with my family, and raised 3 sons. But in the process, began to lose my eyesight from retinitis pigmentosa. So I have been legally blind now for 21 years. And obviously can't practice nursing anymore. So I really got to where I am today, sitting here in this chair and modeling for Alexa by my kids grew up, did their thing, moved away from home, which is what they're supposed to do, and really kind of found myself just at a loss of what to do next. I couldn't go back to work at what I had loved doing in nursing. And basically kind of had to reinvent myself and go back to something I could do, which was modeling. I loved doing it, but it's very different doing it now with no eyesight and in the digital age. Mm-hmm. So I had a lot of inertia to overcome. I had a lot of training that I had to do. I've spent a lot of time behind the camera and with other models, relearning how to do this and feel comfortable moving again. Because as you know, when you lose eyesight, one of the first things you lose is freedom of movement.
Yes.
You can't just walk through the house. You can't just move your arms because you don't know where things are.
Right.
So really to get comfortable in my skin again and be able to feel the motions that I'm doing instead of depending upon how I look became really a brain-changing thing for me. So then Alexa and I met, oddly enough, via Instagram and began this dialogue when she was talking about having clothes with Braille on it. I was very interested in that and how empowering that can be, not just for blind people, but I think it also mainstreams Braille. People ask me all the time, what does it say on the bathroom door?
Yes.
It says men and women. Just what you think it says. But there's been a mystique around it. And I think this takes it to that next level where it's for anybody and everybody.
Right.
Like they do with sign language now in high school. You can take it for foreign language credit. How awesome will it be the day that you can take a Braille class for a foreign language credit?
No, I completely agree with you.
I see that happening, and I see this as a catalyst for that. So Alexa and I connected, and I said, I'm very interested in modeling your clothes. Once I went back to work, I got representation with an agent, and honestly, I didn't tell her at first that I was visually impaired because I was afraid she would
shy away
or put restrictions on me that I don't put on myself. I don't play the victim. I get out there and I do my best. I walk in with that cane and then I do my thing. And I wanted to be given that opportunity. So I didn't tell her at first. And she began sending me on auditions and bookings and all that. And it was going great. And so I thought, well, you know what? I think I'm going to tell her. And I did. And she was thrilled. She goes, oh, great. I can book you in the handicap market too. She was all about it. And I thought, okay, this is going to be great. And so I've really just owned it and tried to empower others, women and people with any kind of disability. Melody, everybody's got something.
Yes.
Everybody has something. This just happens to be my something.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either sit at home in the dark or play the victim, or you can get your cane out and get busy living.
I love it.
And I decided to live life on purpose in everything that I do. This is me. And so if I can empower other people along the way by wearing something with Braille on it, modeling or saying, you know, here I am doing my thing, then I'm all about doing that. And I'm having a stinking ball doing it.
I can
too.
tell today.
We're having so much
It's
fun.
Yes,
really
it is.
a lot of fun. I've met fabulous, wonderful, interesting people. It's taking me all over the United States and doing things I never dreamed of doing. My kids are like, "You're where? You're doing what? You're not at home?" Nope, I'm out. I'm gone. So it's really been a lot of fun.
It is. And you know what? When you said I'm owning my life, even the tone behind it, like what does that mean? Like what does that feel to you when you say I'm owning my life?
Well, I take responsibility for my disability. It's not anybody else's responsibility to accommodate for me. If I need something, I'll ask you for it. If I need directions or I can't read something, I'll ask you to read it. I take responsibility for it. And so I'm not sitting around looking for somebody else to help dig me out of this.
Yes.
That's my job. It's my job to help other people feel comfortable with my disability as well.
Yes.
To whatever that may be, if it's learning to stick my hand out before, whether I can see their hand or not, it's irrelevant. I stick my hand out to shake it because they can see mine.
Right.
You know, and so it's little techniques and things that I have learned, and that confidence that I really work on. I practice it. I have to practice with my walk. You always tease me about my shoes.
No, I don't know.
But
I'm in love with your shoes.
I started with that,
Yes.
really, because I've been a stiletto wearer my whole life. And when I was at School for the Blind in Austin, you know, I got trained. I didn't just learn all this overnight. You know, I went and got training. And I showed up to my first mobility class in stilettos.
I love it.
Just like I would dress for any other day. And my VI instructor runs his hand down my shoe and goes, "Oh, honey, you're going to have to go back to your room and change." And I was like, "Well, why would I do that?" He goes, "Well, you can't be blind in those shoes." I said, "Well, are you any good at your job?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Then you need to teach me how to be blind in these shoes. Because I'm not changing.
I love
This
it.
is me. You don't have to give up who you are."
And I think that's the big thing.
Yes, your personality. And I didn't know that at first. Nobody told me that.
Right.
I thought I had to give up everything I loved, everything I was, and I had to just be this blind person. Now, when people say, "Tell me about yourself," I don't lead with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious. You know, I tell them about my family, I tell them about my job, about what I love, what I'm passionate about, all of those things. And oh yeah, I happen to be blind. I made it take a back seat in life.
Yes. You know, I understand that fully because I lost my eyesight completely. I'm totally blind now at 26, and then I lost my job and everything. And I was a teacher, not a nurse, but I feel that caring attitude and owning it for me just feels like I'm gonna move forward. Like you said, you take it back, your life take a back seat, or you move, and we're moving.
Yes.
And we can't move the needle on life to be inclusive if we don't show up.
No. Well, my kids tease me about driving because I'm always telling people how to drive. You can't drive, you don't have a license. I go, yeah, but you know what? I'm in the driver's seat of my life.
Yes.
And for many years, I think I had climbed in the back seat, and I had let other people drive. And that's a very dependent feeling that does not feel good, very good.
No.
So you can still drive your life
Mm-hmm.
and be in charge of it.
I love that you brought that up because I know for me it took me several years, and I think there's definitely that emotional component where you've got to heal.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people that are in their stage, they never pull themselves out of it, but you can do it.
Yes, you can stay there, but just stay there 5 minutes and then move on.
Right.
You know, you have to go through that grieving process. I went through that.
Yes.
And then get beyond it. Just don't stay there.
Yes.
Don't park.
So if you had any advice, besides yes, we're not parking in misery, but if you could just take all these empowering women, because you are a presence, Catherine, of just complete glory and wonderful, and it is just I'm so excited to have met you. What would you leave a message for anyone really?
Really is to figure out who you are and do that on purpose. Be confident in who God made you to be, with or without disabilities. Whatever it is, you're made that way for a reason. Now walk in it and walk strongly in it. For women, I think confidence is the most beautiful thing you can put on every day, and nobody can take that from you. You have to give that away.
Yes.
Don't let anybody take that, anybody or anything take that confidence from you. You know, you're a woman, here you roar.
I love it. We've got our confidence shoes on that never come off.
That's right.
And we're rolling and we're doing it.
That's right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for spending time with us today.
So great.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.